to relax, snack, or laugh is too short to be serious. Guess what, guys? Guess what? We have been doing Crumbl reviews for a year now. It is my year anniversary. I'm so excited. There's a couple flavors that first when I tried this place, they're coming back. So I think the caramel coconut, chocolate caramel coconut, that was week 1 of my reviews. Week 2 featured Kentucky butter cake. I had just missed berry crunch. I had just missed that. I think that was like a couple weeks before. So that's finally back. And then the other two were a little farther down the line with peanut butter chocolate, or chocolate peanut butter chip, and then Nilla bean cupcake, which they say is new, but honestly, unless the cookie base is a little bit different than last time, they've done vanilla cupcake. So that's just my input on it. I don't really think it's new, but there is a cookie that's new to me. Now, I don't want to, draw on too long, so we'll just get to a couple announcements or a couple notes on this. Next week, I'm going to need all you guys to support, whether you subscribe me or you don't subscribe me. I need you guys to just show out, come in, I don't care, because my review's more than likely not going to hit YouTube until 11, 12 o'clock, just depending on the service down there in the Outer Banks. The Crumbl does not open till 10. I wish I opened earlier, but that's just how it is. So just be ready for that. Please give me some love, because I know that every minute, every hour matters to how many views I get, and I really would love for you guys to continue watching. And I know it's not going to hurt me in the long run, but, look at this hat. And I probably should have started out with this. Thank you, Crumbl. I really appreciate it. It really looks a lot like my logo, which is really the really awesome thing about it. But they messaged me and said, we want to get you a cowboy hat in appreciation for a year of reviews. And I really love this hat. I'll be wearing it quite a bit. I'll try and wear it for every Crumbl review and other reviews. So there's that. Do I have anything else? Oh, so I'll try and have some fun things this week. We'll see what I get to. I couldn't have my little collab buddy, my sister. She was in the first review. I was hoping to have her along. Unfortunately, she is in New Mexico. So, hi Jessica, if you're watching. My apologies. I will probably be trying out, in 2 weeks, I'll probably be trying to switch it up a little bit and try out the Virginia Beach location. That's not really anything personal, but I'm looking at these cookies, and it's just been an issue for a while now with this Hampton location that's been open for about 6 months. These cookies are kind of small, and I know they give you the opportunity to tell them, and I really should have told them to give me a whole new berry crunch, which I'm fine with it because they put a whole bunch on it, so the flavor distribution is going to be good, but they're just kind of small. And when I was introduced to this brand, Outer Banks really reflected how amazing of a brand that they are. And every time I go to that store, the cookies would be large, oversized. They'd be, that $5 cookie that everyone should expect. These just don't quite hit that. Like the Nilla bean does. That one has the size. The rest of them kind of fall short. So, we're just going to, again, base it off of quality. They always have great quality here at Crumbl, but it just feels like the Hampton store is just still struggling to get there. And I don't know, what to say about that. I might, contact Crumbl directly, but I'm sure they're watching and they know. So that was a lot, and I apologize. But now it's time for the cookies for my 1 year anniversary. Oh boy. And we're struggling. We're struggling a lot. We don't typically struggle here. Getting the thumbnail and everything. Maybe the hat's just bigger, I don't know. The lighting, though. The lighting. There we go. I know, I'm wasting a lot of time, ain't I? So, where are we going to start? Well, that one should be obvious. We're going to start with Berry Crunch. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd please recommend that. Check out my Instagram, TikTok, all those things. And, you know, share this video. Comment on it. Give me some feedback. Any ideas for this week? Oh, so what is Berry Crunch? It's their cornbread base with a milk icing, like a cereal milk icing, and berry crunch. So they take Captain Crunch pieces and put them all over. You know, a little small again, but I've got so much excess in cookies. I'll probably just buy another one of these, but yeah, I'm intrigued, very intrigued. So here we go. The berries do such a good job. Like there's plenty of cereal pieces on here that make it just a remarkable flavor. And to me, this version of cornbread has a different texture than usual. It's denser. It's more moist. Other than the size, I'm quite impressed. That's one of my favorites I've had. You can't go wrong with cornbread. So, I don't know. I'm really tempted to just say that's a 10. I don't give 10s out a lot, but just the flavor of that really goes well. So next, we'll do the Nilla bean cupcake, which the base does look different. So we'll give them credit for that. So I guess I can technically consider this a new cookie. It's all about the flavor though. How they get the flavor here. What they do with the flavor. That's what matters the most. So let's try it out. And it's vanilla cream cheese icing, by the way. To me, it's got a different texture for sure. And it's definitely a different cookie base than the vanilla cupcake one we had. It's not overly sweet. You do get some cream cheese here. But it's not overly flavorful in the vanilla department. I was expecting more flavor here. But it's just a decent cookie. It's not amazing. It's not great. It's good enough. And it might be one that the less sweet, the non-sweet tooth out there would actually enjoy. So for me, where would I put it? I'd give it a 7. I think it's got nice kickback flavor where it's not too bland, but it's not very flavorful. So it's enjoyable enough. All right, so next, we're moving on to peanut butter chip, I guess as I call it. It's really hard to describe the name of this. Like you want to call it chocolate peanut butter chip. You want to call it peanut butter chocolate chip. You want to call all kinds of things. You never know what the right thing to call it is. But we're going ahead and we're trying it. So now last time I think it was kind of weak in terms of the peanut butter balance, but this time I'm getting a lot more peanut butter flavor. It's definitely got some darker, richer notes of chocolate mixed with some nice salty peanut butter. It almost reminds me of peanut butter brownie and Buckeye brownie in a way, but it's got, you know, less dense of a texture. It's not so, it doesn't get stuck in your mouth like the other ones. and it's a nice flavor. Wouldn't call it top tier, but I think a fair rating would be an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really enjoyable flavor. Now, Kentucky butter cake has been one I've had a bipolar relationship with. Not really bipolar, but it's grown on me. My first initial review on this was I gave it a 5 out of 10. I was not impressed. But as I've eaten Crumbl more and more, and cookies have gotten really overbearingly sweet at times, Kentucky grew on me. Or butter cake grew on me. Because, well, it's not as sweet. It's not as intimidating. It's, you know, an iconic cookie that changes up the pace. So, you know, if you're a less sweet person and you like buttery cookies, this is a very good option in my opinion. I can't remember what I've given it a 9 before. I've given it 5. I've probably even settled down to like a 7.5, but I know it's gonna at least, you know, hit a 7.5 here. So let's try it. Yeah, it's nice, dense, gooey, buttery, and just not too sweet. It's kind of like if you take cornbread and remove the cornmeal out of it. That is what you get with Kentucky butter cake. This time I think I'm going to give it an 8.5. Just because it didn't really hit the spot like it usually does. But it still was very, very good. Very enjoyable. And I think, you know, it's slightly better than the peanut butter chip. But I just don't see anything topping Berry Crunch this week. So to top off this review, we have what I like to call Samoa. And I think what they used to call Samoa. It is caramel coconut with some chocolate drizzle. It's a sugar cookie. And again, this one looked kind of small too. But, you know, another key thing to consider is I do need to lose weight. So, beggars can't be choosers on how that process goes. If Crumbl decides to cut me back a little bit because I need to lose weight, that's completely fine with me. All right. So, for some reason, I thought they used to put chocolate on the bottom. I don't remember for sure, but I think last time it had chocolate on the bottom. Oh, well. Is what it is. This is a type of cookie that really makes Crumbl that place you really want to go to. This and Berry Crunch. It's unique. It's flavorful. It's got everything you want. With caramel, with coconut, and even chocolate. I do think it takes a bit of a step down because I don't know if I'm fooling myself on this, but when I tell you it had chocolate on the bottom, I swear it had chocolate on the bottom. Sure, it would get chocolate on your fingers, but I swear it did. I don't know if I'm delusional. I don't know if I'm being fair here. But for me, I would give it a 9. I just think my favorite of the week was that Berry Crunch. I think they did a good job with this cookie. Just if it had that chocolate on the bottom, there would be even more of a diverse flavor profile because the chocolate drizzle's just not quite doing it. And I think that would be a 10 too. But overall, it's a very solid week. I wouldn't skip it for anything. Like, I definitely have the 4 that I know I would want. I would hate to kind of tell y'all that Nilla being the new one is the one I'd leave out if I get a 4-pack, but that is the one I would leave out. And I don't know, I think the one thing, what keeps this from being a great week is rather than doing Nilla bean or, you know, one of the chocolate options. Well, even rather than do a Nilla bean or even Kentucky butter cake, because we already have a cornbread based cookie, you know, I was thinking maybe they could have done a fruity flavor, and that would have really solidified this week as a really great week. But I think this is a very solid, good week. I wouldn't put it top tier, but I would say it's a good week to go. Anyways, that is my review. Happy 1 year. Hopefully many more. Other than that, thank you, Crumbl. And I will see y'all around. Yay!